Hey girl, you're like the government shutdown. I thought you'd only last a night, but now I think you're going to be around for a while. Government shutdown pickup lines is the best thing to come out.
At least 3 days.
That's a good one, right?
At least 3 days.
At least 3 days, right?
That was a great one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You should follow me on Twitter at ADSXE because that one's good. Oh, yeah, that one's good, but it's even better with a gif of a sloth that I posted.
So you do a lot on Twitter then, huh?
Libraries may be closed, but I'm still going to check you out. Government shutdown pickup lines.
That's great.
Hey, girl, do you and your girlfriend want to try a bipartisan solution for a problem with my staff?
I'm going to try some of these and get back to you and see if they work. Do you think they'll work?
I was tweeting these out last night. And I got a concerned tweet from a listener in Florida who was like, AD, your account's been hacked. This is not the sort of like callous humor I usually associate you with. I'm like, you must have missed some of my like, I go out of my way to be nice, but it is sort of my job to participate in corny, vaguely dirty humor with regard to the government as and when I see fit. But I thought those I think were my favorites.
Yeah, those are really good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, government shutdown.
If you heard them and you used them, please let us know if it worked.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. I had one more. Wait. This was hey girl, the zoo may hey girl, the zoo may be closed, but you can still come over and see my snake. Yeah, but like I said, my father, going back to the whole sort of idea of government shutdowns, is like,
does Kosovo have a government?
That's interestingly enough what my dad was doing in Kosovo. He went there to work with the UN, basically trying to help them establish their version of democracy. And it was very interesting work that he did over there. I was like, so what's your day look like? He's like, man, all sorts of stuff. You know, every single day, you know one thing for certain, and that is nothing is for certain. And you're going to get thrown a curveball. Like I remember the part of my dad's job that kind of fascinated me the most was that Kosovo was getting its first ever McDonald's. It's a big deal. And you can imagine that the person that opens the only Kosovar McDonald's franchise is going to be sitting on a gold mine. And by the way, you know what they were serving? No word of a lie. A McCabbage burger. This is a thing. This is true. So the idea of the first ever Kosovar McDonald's being set up was something my dad was involved in. I was like, what was your involvement in that? He was like, well, because it is an opportunity to make a lot of money, there is a lot of room for corruption. And my job was to make sure, and the way they decided, the way they decided who gets the opportunity to open up a McDonald's is you got to participate in a lottery. That's the only way to keep it fair. You have to win a lottery to make a bid on the McDonald's. So what my father was doing was making sure that the Kosovar mob, their version of the mafia, organized Eastern European crime, didn't interfere with the lottery for the financial gain. So his job in that, I don't know how he did it, but it's fascinating work, was keeping the lottery free from mob entanglement when it came to deciding who got to open up the first Kosovar McDonald's and
like
sort of the first McCabbage burger.
A referee, sort of. Yes. A legal referee.
Yes. Kinda. Yeah. Making sure everything's fair. So it's interesting work for sure. But my father, like I was saying earlier, he made a decision. He was always interested in international things. He went to college, he went to law school, and then he did sort of a fellowship with a specialty in Eastern European law. And because of that, he kind of had a couple different career paths open to him when he finished off all of his studies. And one was you could go into the private sector, you could do business, and the other one is you could do government. And he was like, thing about government that I decided wouldn't be good for me is in government, you can kind of shuffle some papers around, you can move them from one side of your desk to another, you can really accomplish absolutely nothing. And as long as you look like you're working at the right times, you don't really have to do anything to remain an employee of the state. To collect a salary paid by tax dollars, you can basically twiddle your thumbs and intermittently look like you're doing something, and you'll be good to go for years and years and years. And he was like, A, that's unscrupulous. B, I knew it wouldn't make me the best version of myself. So I opted to be a part of the business world where if you don't produce results, someone's getting fired. So therefore, you produce results. You are accountable for your work. You are accountable for the money that you get paid from that paycheck, which, as it turns out, in government, not so much. And look, I'm not a moron. I'm not an anarchist. I'm not suggesting that the government completely go away. But the fact that we were able to have a day without government, which, by the way, we were not allowed to or just any day ever without government, or 2 days, or however freaking long this winds up being. Or,
2 plus.
It behooves us to notice in these situations that, not everything that we're paying for seems to be essential, which begs the question, is it being accomplished? And it also begs the question, how can we take a closer look at how the tax dollars that Uncle Scam takes out of our blood, sweat, and tears every single day are spent? Because I'm going to go out on a limb and guess we could probably be keeping more of that, and they could still run the government just as efficiently. It's almost like nothing happened.
No way.
And that's the scary part. All right, Funkhouser.
That'll never work.
Shudder to think. Did you we're out of time in this segment?
One more.
Wow. Well, maybe if we have time next, we'll talk about how Apple has capitalized on Trump's new tax law and is bringing billions of dollars in cash back to America. Sounds like an okay thing. I think it is. We'll get into it next.
Money making, skills on the mic.
Star Wars toy sales have fallen with the release of The Last Jedi.
Oh, that's a surprise. And by the way, if you haven't seen Last Jedi yet, this punchline comes with a spoiler alert, so you might want to use earmuffs. Say again, Funkhouser?
The Star Wars toy sales have fallen with the release of The Last Jedi.
What a surprise. Because, what kid wouldn't want their very own run away and hide from your problems while all your friends die Luke Skywalker doll? There you go.
Oh, no. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Go on.
Oh, no. The next Star Wars movie will reveal how Han Solo met Chewbacca.
I'm all into this. I think this is really, really cool.
Well, of course you would be. I totally get it.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a standalone thing. Like, this is a legendary partnership. Han Solo and Chewbacca, and to get the origin story
they've been
behind
bros
that
from the beginning, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Since before day one. That sounds great. I just hope it doesn't involve Grindr. Go on.
Oh, no. Justin Timberlake says he and Janet Jackson smoothed things over right after the Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction of 2004.
Yeah, if you are one of the people that listen in Houston, Texas on KPRC, Houston's oldest and most venerable radio station, and you were living in Houston in the year 2004, that's what we are over there. If you're living in Houston in the year 2004, then you absolutely remember the fact that
Did it happen in Houston?
The wardrobe malfunction seen around the world happened in Houston.
Were you there at
in
the time?
2004? No, I hadn't quite moved there yet, but it's interesting because when I did move there, you could go through this neighborhood in Houston called Montrose, where there's great restaurants and there's sort of, I guess every city has its little bit of counterculture, and Montrose, I suppose, is Houston's bit of counterculture. That's where you're going to find the tattoo shops and the piercing places, and that's also where you're going to find the store where Janet Jackson purchased that piece of body jewelry. I don't know if that store's still open, but I remember when I first moved to Houston, and that's where Janet Jackson got her body jewelry.
Somebody has to go there and see if it's still open.
I'm sure a quick Google search will let you know, but I passed it many a time. I was like, oh, that's where that piece of female accoutrement came from. But at the time, people don't necessarily remember this, but at the time, Justin Timberlake, who was an equal participant in the wardrobe malfunction, was viewed by Janet Jackson and many others to kind of skate, because Janet Jackson was reviled by uptight people as being an attention-seeking floozy that was determined to destroy the moral fabric of America, and Justin Timberlake was just sort of there. He caught none of the flack, and Janet Jackson was initially really angry that he didn't kind of shoulder some of the blame and responsibility for the wardrobe malfunction of 2004. He was the one that pulled off the piece that revealed him. But Justin Timberlake said
Do you think they planned that behind the scenes, though?
100 million%. It looked like the most deliberate move you've ever seen. Justin,
they're not good actors.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake said he and Janet Jackson smoothed things over right after the Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction of 2004, though. And you know what? It's good. It's good to know they nipped it in the bud. Go on.
Movie theater attendance has hit a 24-year low.
Anything you'd care to add, Johnny Depp? Go on.
Isn't he in every movie? Isn't he in every other movie?
Yeah, that's why movie attendance might have hit that 24-year low.
Yeah. Today is Dolly Parton's birthday. Happy birthday, Dolly Parton.
Yeah, she's now 72.
Oh.
Triple E.
Good for her.
I love Dolly Parton.
Me too.
Like, I mean, I saw a clip the other. I don't know how it was from when Miley Cyrus released "Wrecking Ball" back in the day.
Yeah. Okay.
So what? How many years ago is that? 4 or 5 years
sure,
ago?
something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was Dolly Parton guesting on Queen Latifah's show. And Dolly Parton is a musical genius. Like, let's be perfectly clear about this. Dolly Parton, it's not like she can sing. It's like she has a voice that was gifted to her from somewhere else. It is incredible. I mean, she can sing, of course, but she literally has the voice of an angel. She is one of the most prolific songwriters of hit songs in modern history. And she plays all these different instruments. You go see her live and she plays everything, like fiddle, guitar, piano, even that little auto harp thing, very obscure folk instrument. And she doesn't just strum a few chords. She shreds on all of these things. She is unfreaking believable. And one of the things I've always liked about her is that she's beyond talented, yet has also had such a sense of humor about, everything else that is associated with Dolly Parton. And one of my favorite Dolly Parton moments ever was when she got on Queen Latifah, and the one thing she can't do is rap, because she tried to rap on the Queen Latifah show. It was sort of just okay. She wasn't the virtuoso rapper she is at everything else she touches. So in and of itself, that was funny. But in the middle of her rap, she's like, "Hey, Miley," and she points to her chest and she goes, "Check out these wrecking balls." I was just like, I love her so much. 71 years old would still be my get out of relationship free card. Which I have had laminated since I was a boy. Go on.
Paula Deen turned 71 today, and she wants everyone to know that her birthday party is open to all kinds.
Yep. Whites, Caucasians, people of European descent, all kinds.
All kinds?
Good for her. All kinds.
Even you?
I would imagine, especially me. I mean, let's be totally clear on this one. I have zero flavor. I'm half American, half English, and exactly nothing about me is vaguely interesting or different. I'm a.
Would you go if you were invited? You got a letter in the
to
mail.
Paula Deen's birthday party?
Yeah. I know you don't like going to weddings and stuff because I was listening to you and Travis talking about that. And,
Oh yeah. No,
you're like, there's that girl that you worked with that you'll never see again, and you wasted that whole weekend.
Oh my gosh! And bought her a gift.
Yeah, what'd you get her?
I don't remember, but it was, like, hey, how much do you need to spend? At least $100. So it's just, I'm never going to,
Never going to, don't remember her name? Like the saddest thing. Would you go to Paula Deen's thing, though? No, she's a terrible person. I mean, well, no, I might, you know what? I would go to Paula Deen's 71st birthday party, because then I would have I went to Paula Deen's 71st birthday party story to tell. Oh, for the star factor of it. I see.
And I would imagine the food would be good. I enjoy butter, so there's that. But no, I would not like my attendance to Paula Deen's birthday in any way, shape, or form. I would not like for that to lend tacit approval to who she is as a person, because she said and done some things that I find to be morally repugnant and odious. So I'd be there as an observer, not as a supporter of her turning 71 years old. The only thing I like more about Paula Deen turning 71 is that it brings her another year closer to taking a dirt nap. Go on.
Ooh. Government shutdown looks likely. It happened.
It looks likely to go on. Yeah. It's
2.5.
Let me get this straight.
Plus,
it's possible
2+.
for our government. Yeah, it's possible for our government to do even less. Wow. Go on. No kidding. Hey, how much time do we have left? I want to talk about this Apple thing, because it is kind of.
Oh man, I don't know. A couple minutes here.
All right, a couple more pieces of news, and then we'll talk about Apple.
In a 2011 interview, sorry, I lost my place there. Stormy Daniels describes what Donald Trump is like, quote, down there.
Oh. What the most presidential of nether regions is like?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't read that interview, but I do know that sadly for the Donald, she did not use the word bigly. So there's that.
Man, I don't ever want to accidentally read that.
There's, yeah. Well,
Some things you just don't want to know.
Marco Rubio pointed out the thing with the hands, and
oh gosh,
ever since this piece of news has been.
All right, you better get to the thing.
Okay, so yeah, this is Apple is bringing billions of dollars back to America, hundreds of billions of dollars. They've been deferring payments on taxes for their foreign earnings forever. They are known for hoarding money overseas, and because of Trump's tax plan, they are going to be bringing back the vast majority of the over $250 billion in cash that they've held abroad. And they say they will make a sizable investment in the United States. Now, they were doing this to get out of paying taxes because corporate taxes were ridiculous. Apple took advantage, or they're taking advantage, of this new tax code that President Trump signed into law last month. A provision allows for a one-time, you can do this once and once only, a one-time what they call repatriation of corporate cash held abroad at a lower tax rate, meaning you've been stowing it away over here in Europe or wherever the hell you've been keeping it. We're going to allow you to bring that back into America, and we're going to give you a tremendous tax break on it if you are bringing it back to America. And for an international company like Apple, this is, like I said, hundreds of billions of dollars. And this means they're going to save billions of dollars too, based on the changes made to the previous tax plan. They have, get this, 94% of their money outside of the United States. 94%.
That's a lot of money outside of the United
in total,
States.
Apple's worth something like $275 billion, and they've been keeping $250 billion of those dollars away from America. And thanks to the changes in the tax plan, and by the way, the tax plan has lots of good and lots of bad in it, and we're only going to figure out what that is as time wears on. But them bringing back $250 billion and making an investment in America, I'll buy that.